primary suffix, secondary suffix, numerical suffix, and number suffix. Primary suffix. It indicates the saturation of the compound. For saturated single bonded compounds, it is ane. For unsaturated double bonded compound, it is ene. For unsaturated triple bonded compound, it is ine. Secondary suffix. This tells about the functional groups with particular term. While writing the names of hydrocarbon derivatives, last letter E of ane, ene, ine is not written if the suffix starts with a vowel. E must be written in the suffix includes numerical prefix with a consonant. Examples: hydrocarbons E, alcohol OL, aldehyde AL, ketones ON, carboxylic acid oic acid. The priority order of principal function groups is from high to low. This should be written as secondary suffix. Carboxylic acid is greater than ester, is greater than aldehydes, is greater than ketones, is greater than alcohols, is greater than amines. Suffixes and prefixes for some important characteristic functional groups. The following order to be followed while naming the carbon compound. First, numbers. Second, numerical prefix. Third, secondary prefix. Fourth, primary prefix. Fifth, word root. Sixth, numbers. Seventh, numerical prefix. Eighth, primary suffix. Ninth, numbers. 10th, numerical prefixes. 11th, secondary suffixes. 1 and 2 are the number and numerical designations to be written for secondary prefixes. 3, which tells us about the position and repetition of second grade functional groups known as substituents respectively. Example 1. Let us take a compound as shown here. The number of carbon atoms present in the given compound are 4. Now, we give the numbering to carbon atoms, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can notice that the chlorine atoms are present at the second and third carbons respectively. Now, following the order of naming the carbon compound, according to the order, name of the carbon compound is 2,3-dichlorobutane. 2 and 3 represents the number, di represents the numerical prefix, chloro represents the secondary prefix, but represents the word root, ane represents the primary suffix, e represents the secondary suffix. Example 2. Let us take another example. The number of carbon atoms present in the given compound are 5. Now, we give the numbering to carbon atoms, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We can notice that there is a triple bond between first and second carbon and a double bond between third and fourth carbon atoms. Now, following the order of naming the carbon compound, according to the order, the name of the compound is pent, 3, ene, 1, ine. Pent represents the word root. 3 represents the presence of double bond at third carbon. Ene represents the primary suffix. 1 represents the number of carbon atom. Ine represents the primary suffix. E represents the secondary suffix. Let us take one more example. The number of carbon atoms present in the given compound are 4. Now, we give the numbering to carbon atoms, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can notice that there are 2 hydroxy groups are located at positions 1 and 2 of carbon atoms. Now, Following the order of naming the compound, according to the order, the name of the compound is but, ane, 1 and 2 diol. But represents the word root, ane represents the primary suffix, 1 and 2 represents the number of carbon atoms, di represents the numerical prefix, ol represents the secondary suffixes.